I am fucking delusional. Delusional. And I'll tell you all why. Man. Your boy has been... Whew. Hold on. Let me sip. Busy. It feels weird to even record this right now. I've been so engulfed in some work. So if I didn't share fully last week, I'm doing some contracted sober companion work. So I assist in the lifestyle shift of some men into a sober, more productive lifestyle. And I've been doing that. I've been on this contract for about 3 weeks. 3 weeks. And it is time consuming. I obviously can't get into the details of the job, but it is consuming. It is consuming. And I was 24 hours since last Wednesday. From Wednesday, and I slept in my own bed last night. But I slept in a house with this young man since Wednesday. So, man, it feels weird to even be. It feels weird to even be in I just woke up a little bit ago. So right from like insanity into talking on a microphone. So who knows what the fuck I talk about today? I don't even know, dude. Last week it talked about nothing. So, and people listened to it. So this week, I don't know. I got more to talk about. There's so much going on in the world, though. Chadwick Boseman passed away. You know, the star of Black Panther died of colon cancer, I believe. That's a difficult loss. You know, until people started making. You know, let's talk about Black Panther 3 years late. I'm not a big fan of Marvel movies. Like, they're exciting. They're like Disneyland movies. You know what I mean? They're like bright and colorful and extreme, you know, they're Disneyland movies, but they're awesome for kids. They're awesome for kids and they're awesome for adults. They're cool. Black Panther was not my favorite movie. It's not like, it was like when I saw it, it was like a profound, you know, like, it's not like Shawshank Redemption. You know what I mean? You know, it's not like that. But the value of having a Black superhero, I'm not going to do this justice, by the way. I would love to say that I have something greatly profound to say about the impact of Black Panther, and sometimes I do have something profound to say about some stuff, but you know, what I'm greatly appreciative of seeing that movie is that my son will be able to play, will be able to dress as a Black superhero and to watch a Black superhero. I'm gonna play it for him soon. Play it for him this week, and you know, let him get, you know, see that for the first time. He hasn't seen it yet. He's only 3. He doesn't even know what that is, but. You know, so many of us, you know, grew up. Who did I grow up idolizing? In real life, I grew up idolizing my brother or my father or my mother, which I'm very lucky. I have very great examples of what being strong and brown and Black looks like. So I grew up seeing that, but like on TV, who are my heroes? Well, one of my first like hero is The Rock, which is Black. So I'm lucky, but I grew up really watching wrestling. So The Rock is the hero and he's a Black hero. But cartoon wise and like superhero wise, you know, we didn't have like this crazy, like over the top man who saves the world figure. And to give Black and brown kids black man who saves the world and is the king of the most advanced city in the world, and just the significance in the imaginations of and hearts and minds of children. For him to play that role is significant. And we need heroes. We need black heroes. He went to my mom and dad's alma mater. Don't know. He was a Howard graduate, went to an HSBU, historically black university. So he's just a positive black influence. Died very young, 2020's been a weird year. It's been a weird year. Kobe Bryant, another positive, winning black person. Not even person, he's a icon, Lost him this year. It's like when Kobe died, the whole world went bad. Damn, Kobe. So yeah, rest in peace, Chadwick Boseman. Is that it? Yeah. Chadwick Boseman. I get people's names wrong all the time. Christina last week, Jogolef. I called her Yogolef. I fucked up her name. It's like, you had one job, you fuck. You had one fucking job. So we are mourning the loss of a black hero. We need more black heroes, man. We need more black heroes. Well, we have a lot. There's a lot of black people I look up to that are just like, that are doing things. There's not a lot of black people in the podcast space. There are, but not at the level of, the largest of the large podcasters, but still, I find inspiration in everybody. And I identify myself in everybody, which is not the same as not seeing color. It's not the same. Someone tried to play me on that. Someone tried to some white conservative person was like I said that I was like, I don't want race to be a thing. And when the whole race thing, when the whole civil rights thing started happening this year, they were like, thank you. I don't see color either. I said, oh, hold on, lady. That's not what I said, bitch. I'm just kidding. I wouldn't call her that. But I was like, that's not what I said. I don't want the race thing to be a thing. Guess what? I just want to kick it. I just want to chill and be regular. Just like, how you get to chill and be regular and just live your life and work and do whatever. I just want to do that. I don't want my wave to spinning. I don't know if you can see that. But that's all we want. We want to be regular, and we don't want the race to be a thing. I don't want to think about it, I don't want to think about that shit. I just want to be free. I forgot my point. Oh, but anyway, black heroes. It's important to see. It's important to see. It's important for our children to see. It's important for my son to see. I want him to see that. I think I'm an example of black men doing the right thing. Not saying black men doing the wrong thing. Blah, 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 blah. Don't take it wrong. But speaking of black men and the race issue, I said this a few months ago when the George Floyd thing happened. I said this. I said, everybody, there's so many people who are going to be all worked up about this right now. A lot of white people are going to get all worked up. They're going to put a black square on their Instagram feed, and they're going to say Black Lives Matter, and they're going to go take photos at a protest, and they're going to do all that shit. But they get to go back to being white. And I said, it's going to happen again. 2 days from now, 2 weeks from now, 2 months from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now. And we had Jacob Blake shot in the back 7 times walking away from the police into his car. He had a fucking nuclear weapon, whatever the fuck you're gonna say. Guess what? He had 3 children in the car. He had 3 of his children. I think the oldest being 8 and the youngest being 3. So now, not only have you shot this man in the back 7 times, who's now paralyzed from the waist down, who knows if he'll get his ability to walk back. His ankle is handcuffed to the bed, paralyzed from the waist down, but still handcuffed to the bed. That's how they treat us. And not only did you shoot this man and alter his life forever, you shot this man in front of his children. I will speak for myself. I grew up not wanting race to matter. White people have taught me everything I needed to know about the race issue in this country. You taught me. I did not grow up wanting there to be race problems. I went to Whitestone, New York to go to a party because it was a house party. And that's what 16, 17-year-old kids want to do. You want to go to a house party in high school. It was usually after a Saturday football game. There was a house party after someone's parents went out of town. And I went to this house party. I didn't even make it inside the house party because there was so many people. It overflowed into the street. And this guy, I'm not going to name his name, not going to dox him, but this guy yelled at me and said, "No niggers in Whitestone," and chased me out. And they chased me out. I punched him in the face first, by the way. Blah, 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 take that, blah, blah, blah. Punched him in the face before I did that because, that's what you do. I said, "No niggers in Whitestone." And I was chased out of that neighborhood. Hold on one second. There was historically, my mom told me these stories. My mom told me these stories growing up of the man chased out of Howard Beach who ran across the street and was hit by a car of white teenagers yelling racial slurs at him. I didn't grow up wanting this to be a thing. You taught me. You taught me. Getting called a nigger every third word. Every joke was about my race. Parents saying, "I don't want him over our house," or "Does he even have a father?" Oh, do I have a father? He's saving lives, actually. Do I have a father? Yes, he is working an 18-hour shift, saving lives, getting called the N-word by old people who are dying. I remember my mom telling me those stories. My dad would be saving someone's life, and someone would say, "Get this nigger's hands off me. Get this nigger's hands off me." As my father's saving their life. You taught me. You taught me. We don't want this. I don't want this. I don't want this, bro. I'm just trying to be free. I'm just trying to raise my children. And now, because what you're teaching, what you have taught me, you as in white people, the collective whole, because even if you're a good white person, you're teaching us. You're a part of it. Dave Chappelle, perfect. If you're white and you're not racist, you're in on the heist. You just don't like the cut. You're in on the heist too. Whiteness is not inherently bad. I'm 46% white. My son is even more than 46% white. My son is white. My partner is white. Whiteness is not inherently bad. Some of my best friends are white. I have best friends of all ethnicities because guess what? Just be fucking cool. If you're cool, just be cool. You taught me, though. You taught me. I cried to my mom. I remember this day specifically. She said, "Eric, they're going to show you." She said, "Eric, they're going to show you exactly what they think of you." She said, "They're going to show you exactly what they think of you." And I cried and I said, "Mom, it's not that way. These are my friends. They love me." And you taught me. You taught me. Pacific Beach, 2000, 18. No niggers in Pacific Beach. We don't want you here. You're not welcome here. First of all, I don't want to be in Pacific Beach either. There's work here. Pacific Beach is whack as fuck. I don't like it. So I don't want to be here either. Take it easy. You could have it. But no niggers in Pacific Beach. You taught me. You taught us. Now we have to teach our children. And that 8-year-old, that 3-year-old that I forgot, the youngest being 8, the youngest being 3, the oldest being 8, and there might have been a 5-year-old or 6-year-old in the car too. You're teaching them. This is never going to go away. It's never going to go away. And we talk about abolish the police. We talk about this. We talk about that. My job. This isn't going away. So my job is to equip my children with financial security, equip my children with being able to defend themselves, equip my children with knowledge and intellect and security. They need to feel secure in their home with their family. They need to feel firm safety and firm safety, equity, and security. Safety and security, same thing, in their home, because they're not going to feel it out there because you're teaching them that. You're teaching them that. I'm not teaching them that. I just want them to be happy that 8-year-old, you taught him. He learned, that 8-year-old who saw that 3-year-old who saw that learned a lesson that he should have never learned. That shouldn't be a thing. We didn't start that. There's that Farrakhan video. It talks about this woman talks about violence in the black neighborhood and black criminality. People talk about black criminality and black violence. Our entire history here was violence and abuse taught by you. If you feel I'm talking to you, don't feel. If you feel a guilty conscience, not all white people are bad. I don't know how many times I got to say that. But our entire history here has been violence has been taught to us. And now you fear, now this police officer feared what this man was going to do with his nature and did exactly what he feared this man was going to do. You've taught us. And then what about South Side of Chicago? You fucking taught us this. We're in a race. We're in a race war. We're in a proxy race war. Let's look up proxy war so I can explain it correctly. A war instigated by a major power which does not itself become involved. We're in a war, or a Cold War maybe. We're in a race war though. We are. And then, you know why? Someone asked me, my barber, I just went and got a haircut, got it cleaned up. I've been to 5 barbers in 3 weeks, too many barbers. Everybody's trying to outcut themselves. That's problems. That's my own problem. I have OCD about my haircut, whatever. But he asked me, what do you think? Do you think this race thing will ever be solved? First of all, big question. Very large question. I don't have the fucking answers. Who the fuck am I? Stupid. I'm a fucking idiot. I'm a fucking heroin addict. He asking me about race relations. Like, I know. He's cool, though. He's just having a conversation. But he said, do you think it'll ever go away? You think it's going to get better? And I said, no, quickly. My answer was very quick. No, it's never going to go away. Why? Why is it never going to go away? Because there's a large percentage of the population that doesn't even think it exists. They think that we're making it up. They defend it. Let that bitch breathe. They defend it. They won't even acknowledge that there's a thing happening. They think we're race baiting. They think it's the far left dividing us, trying to win an election. Oh, perfect timing, an election year. We killed George Floyd, Ahmaud Arbery. Fucking, we shoot Jacob Blake. We fucking, they protest. This is George Soros and the left funding a race war. That's what they think. You fucking psychos. You fucking weirdos. Y'all are weird as fuck. That's all. When I read some of this stuff, y'all are just weird as fuck. It's hella weird. Like, stop being like that. It's like you feel gaslit. I feel crazy because I'm like, look, you don't see this nonsense around you. I'm black, bro. I live this way. You think I'm lying to you? You taught me, fool. Fuck, I'm not trying to think about this shit. I'm worried. I'm working with a guy who really needs my help. The guy I'm contracted to work with really needs my help. I'm trying to worry about that shit. I'm not trying to hear about people who look like me and their children watching them be shot 7 times in the back, paralyzing a man, then handcuffing that man who cannot even walk with 7 holes in his body, handcuffing his body to the bed. You fucking taught me. You're teaching us and you're teaching our children. So will this race problem go away? No, it will not go away. So solutions. Breathe in. Solutions. I affect my sphere of influence. I have this podcast. I speak to listeners on this podcast, and you hear that I feel there is no solution that you can provide. Equip yourself with information. But the solution I provide myself and the solution that Black people should provide is security, safety, financial security, and physical safety, proper acquisition of property, and demand our own place in this country. That's the only way I see. This is the only way I see this, and we're still not going to be safe because half the population doesn't believe this is real. So I'm not hopeful today, but I saw a meme that said, your Black friends are emotionally drained. Fuck you. I'm not emotionally drained. We out here fucking killing it, bro. We out here making more money than we've ever made. We're out here thriving. We're out here successful. Fuck you on some emotionally drained. I'm ready to go, dog. I'm taking care of my kids. I'm out here helping somebody stay alive, teaching somebody how to live. I'm out here talking on this microphone. I'm not fucking drained. I hear my mom in the back of my head say, never give up, never give up. I'll hear that to the day I die. Never give up. Fuck out of here, emotionally drained. We're built, you hear people say we built different. I'm built different than you. If I'm tired, it's not tired of me. I'm not tired from being Black. Tired of hearing bad news. We're out here trying to save people's lives. We're out here trying to influence people. We're out here trying to make the world a better place. So that's tiring. It's just adding more work to the load. But am I emotionally drained? Fuck out of here. You know who that's for? There's white people who are emotionally drained. There's white people who are emotionally drained. I'm not emotionally drained. My brother's not emotionally drained. My mom's been living this life for 60 years. She's not emotionally drained. If you knew what my mom did, she's out here fucking crushing it. My dad is out here saving lives. We're not emotionally fucking drained. We out here built different. And this is where people get mad about Black supremacy. You say, like, when we talk about Black power, I have a big, loud Black power fist tattooed on my back. Why is that? Because we're powerful. Because we can make it from slave ship to slavery. You can hang us. You can shoot us. You can fucking do all that shit. But we out here growing and thriving and influencing your culture. You may be racist, but your children love our shit. I'm not emotionally drained. I'm not. So fuck you. I'm on to say, but I've been in a house with. I've been, I've only talked to a few people since, like, so I'm just getting out of a bubble. But I'm not emotionally drained. So, fuck you. Just keep going. Just keep moving. Change will happen. Change will happen slowly, but is it going to go away out of fear? I fear it won't. But you know what the name of this podcast is going to be? Can you guess? You taught us. You taught me. You taught me this. You taught me this. I don't know. It makes me, the one thing I do ponder is why is it this way? Why? And this is going to be hot topic. So Nick Cannon got in trouble. He got canceled, which, first of all, Nick Cannon has influenced culture and been so prominently successful. The most successful shitty rapper of all time. Shout out to Nick Cannon for just having his hands in everything, just being fucking multimillionaire, killing it. But there's a clip of him, I think he was talking to Lord Jamar. Lord Jamar is pretty radical. But we talk about savagery. Talk about savagery, and they criminalize us and make us as if they shot this man in his back 7 times as if he was a wild animal on the loose, and they say he was breaking up a fight. He's walking back to his car. Do something else. Do something else. Don't shoot him in the back in front of his kids. But we talk about savagery, barbarianism. I see who savages are, and it's not me. I'm not a savage. I say savage in the joking. I'm a savage in jest on other podcasts. But when I talk about savage as in the sense of wild beasts of violence, we are not the savages. It's the people raping and pillaging the world from South America to Africa, Southeast Asia. Drop bombs on Hiroshima and Nagasaki. That's savagery. Then wrap yourself in a flag and say, I'm proud to be a fucking American. Blood on that savagery. And not in a good way. You taught us this shit. And then let's go on the tip on a right back on some bullshit. Kenosha shooting suspect faces more homicide charges. See, they said no school. There's no school. So white teenagers were like, hold on. We're still going to shoot some people. It's always white teenagers shooting up people. They always bring up, what about Chicago? What about Chicago? So every school shooting, if you say a school shooting, let me guess. He's a lame-ass white kid. He's a white kid who's a loser who couldn't keep it together, so he shot a bunch of kids who he thought were cooler than him. He was mad at the world. Savagery. You're teaching us. You're teaching us. You've taught us, and you're teaching us. But this kid, I don't even want to say his fucking name. Fuck this little kid. Shot 2 people who were looting. He traveled from a different state to protect local businesses. Listen to this. Imagine I illegally pack my firearm and go to Nevada to protect, to go to Arizona to protect from looters and walk around with my gun. They'd shoot me immediately in Arizona. A bystander would shoot me because Arizona, they carry guns everywhere. Imagine. If you be honest with yourself, imagine that I illegally put an automatic rifle or semi-automatic rifle on my back and travel to another state to do anything. Imagine I put a legal semi-automatic rifle in the backseat of my car and drove anywhere. Imagine. I don't even have to fucking go deeper. Just use your imagination. Y'all teaching us. Y'all taught us all this shit, man. I don't want this. I don't want to have these conversations. I don't want to have these conversations. I'm not part of the problem. I'm raising black and white children in a black and white family. I'm mixed race. My Benny, Latino. Jesse, Middle Eastern. My friends are mixed race. I'm chilling with all different kinds of people. I've dated all different kinds of women. You know, y'all teach us this bullshit. But let's talk about some motivational stuff. You know, we talk about suffering, man. Suffering is important. Actually, we talked about that already. Suffer on purpose. I'm making those shirts, by the way. Oh, shout out to that. Shout out to, we printed the H.O.E merch for the first time. Just limited release. A few sizes. And they sold out the first day. Pretty tight. So, already on bigmoodcoach.com, you'll have an option there to buy merch. And all that stuff will be handled. You want to hear something interesting? I'm going to tell a story. I'm not going to say who it is. But I'm going to put it out there. So I asked a friend of mine. She's an influencer, 150,000 followers. She's crushing it. You know, I've asked her to come on the podcast. She's an interesting person. Let me say this. She's very attractive, very interesting human being. Very. And I don't say that vapidly. She's very interesting. You know, she reminds me of myself in a female version. She's tall. When she walks in a room, people notice her. She's held a different standard as I am. You know, and she's unassuming. That's probably the most appealing thing about this human is that she's unassuming. Like when she speaks, you're like, oh, wow, there's substance there. You're not just hot. They're substantial. So over the years, since we started this podcast, I've asked her to collab. I've asked her to come on the podcast. She said, yeah, I'm going to come on. I asked her to say, hey, we have this Big Mood TV network that we're doing. We're featuring all different types of content. Come on here and let's start a podcast. I was like, you look great, but you have more to say there's more value in what you say than what you look like. Use your mind. Okay, did all that. Done that. She's not interested. Cool, you're not interested. I'm not mad at you. That's not your jam. It's not your lane. You have your lane. Everybody's got a lane. I asked her to rock a shirt. I was like, yo, let me send you a shirt, and rock the shirt. And she went off. How I'm not trying to value her and her as a business. People are weird. I sent these shirts to my family. That's why, and they're gonna rock them. You know why they're gonna rock them? Because they fuck with me and they're my people. Benny's got a shirt, he's rocking it. Gabby's got a shirt, she's rocking it. Mike Dunn's getting a shirt, he's rocking it. You know why? Because they're the homies. People are weird, man. People are weird. I can't be friends. I have a difficult time loving people and being friends with people, if I'm going to be honest. I never learned how to do that. And also, I have a hard time connecting with my family. My people skills are challenged. I've challenged people skills. I have difficult people skills. You know, I don't know how to navigate people. And I'm very upfront and forward with the way that I am. This is how I am. The way I am on this podcast, the same way I am with my clients, the same way I am with my family, the same way I am with my partner, the same way all the time. And that's challenge. I think maybe that's challenging for people to unpack. Someone who's entirely authentic. I get to be free. I get to be free as this person everywhere I go. Don't ever change it. Sometimes I cuss less, right? Obviously. Sometimes I cuss less. Sometimes I speak a little bit more freely, but I'm the same person. Same person. There's no acting. And I expect people to be the same. I expect people to just be, we're going to make these shirts and we got to get some graphics, but just be regular. Just be yourself. Just be yourself and just fucking, just be yourself, man. Why is it gotta be a thing? People are weird. I'm weird. Yes, I'm weird. But people are weird in general. And I like people. But I have a hard time loving people the way they need to be loved and respected. I don't know. Everybody's so complicated in the way, like, hey, just rock the shirt because you're the homie. Why has it got to be a thing? Just rock the shirt. I think she wanted to be paid to wear the shirt. Why do I look like paying you to wear a shirt? You don't want to wear the shirt, you don't want to fucking wear the shirt. Pay you to wear it? It's crazy. It's crazy. And if someone even said to me, like, I'll wear the shirt if you pay me, like, fuck you. I don't support anything I do. If you're my friend and you want me to pay you to do anything, don't listen to anything. Don't even like a fucking photo. Don't even follow me on the gram. If you need me to pay, it's disgusting. People are gross. I understand if, and it's different. Like if Organifi was a sponsor, I would read ads for Organifi, right? Or that's just hypothetical. They're not going to be a sponsor. But like I would, if there was a sponsor, I would expect to be paid to read a sponsorship. But like you're a homie, I have to pay you to rock a shirt. Like that's weird as fuck, and I would never. But maybe that's me. Maybe it's naivete on my part. Maybe that's how people are. How we doing on time? But we're being honest, man. It's a weird time to be alive. How we doing on time in there, guys? It's a weird time to be alive, and I don't really have too much. Oh, look at that! I don't really have too much, motivational bullshit to say today. I just want, we see savagery. I see savagery, and you taught 3 children the savage lessons that they shouldn't learn. They should never have learned, and you taught them. Russell Brand said something a very long time ago during in the heat of the Iraq-Afghanistan war. He said, every time you drop a bomb that kills a brother, a cousin, a sister, a father, you create another terrorist. Because they say, these people just killed my cousin. If you dropped a bomb on my house and killed someone in my family, I am now going to avenge my family. That's what's happening. But then if we're radical, but I said this before, you're radicalizing me. You're radicalizing us. You're making us want to fight. You're making me want to fight. Every time you shoot a person, so now those children who saw their father shot, they're supposed to turn the other fucking cheek. Fuck you. Turn the other fucking cheek. You're building more of this. It's going to be a war. It's going to blow up. It's going to blow up. So, to Misi, shout out to Misi for just cutting my hair. It's not going away. It's not going away because there's sections of the population that can't even acknowledge that there's something happening here. I am not emotionally drained from being black from this shit. I'm not emotionally drained. I'm out here changing people's lives. I'm out here working with other alcoholics. I'm out here doing this podcast. I'm out here making merch. I'm out here doing it. We're out here doing it. We're not slowing down. My mom is not slowing down. She's still crushing it. My dad's still saving lives. My brother's still influencing the culture in New York City. Oh, also, people are saying New York City's out of control. New York City, I've been talking to people in New York City. It's not out of control. So stop saying that. It's lawlessness. It's not true. It's not true. It's that summertime heat. People don't know in cities in the summertime, people start shooting. That's always been like that in New York. Summertime fire. It's always been like that. More people are out. So there's always more shootings in the summertime. So it's not lawlessness, you know. And how do I know? I can't tell you how I know. I can't tell you exactly how I know. I have to protect someone's anonymity, but I know the details of what's happening in New York City, not from just, oh, my homie on fucking in Floral Park told me. No, I know people in legislation within the system in New York City, and it's not out of control. So if you're hearing that, it's not it. But I'm not emotionally drained, motherfucker. I'm out here thriving, actually. Had my best fiscal month of the year. The world is falling apart. So we out here thriving, son. So, fuck you. You want to end on a fuck you, guys? You want to play me out on a big fuck you? That's Eric_Big Mood Coach. You could find merch on the bigmoodcoach.com website. There's going to be links and tabs all over. Purchase, shop, all over. And those H.O.E shirts will be available. Thank you all for supporting the podcast. Thanks for supporting the merch and doing all the stuff. And, you know, shout out to the homies. Shout out to Steven. Shout out to Balls. Shout out to Dylan, crushing it. Dylan's doing the damn thing. Shout out to him. We out.
Vultures circling above, they're all in a piece, but they don't even know my name. Won't get even to swipe for the train. Cloudy, ride to the airport, gotta get right for the plane. Custom, smell like kush. Wife you hand in the tish. Yes, and they got no shame. Some line to shine. With a broke if you got no game. Waking up next to a scat. Can't go home to a dame. Nah, tell them sell to the same. Really though, who can they blame? I don't blame them either. They just wanna play the game and they're eager still. I don't wanna know you. I'm busy. You don't even know thyself.